Hi everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and it is Tag Tuesday. But before we get to the tag, I got a couple of things to cover. Number one, Denise had asked me if I was putting anything on the inside of this card that we did yesterday, and the answer is yes, at some point. When I recorded Sunday's and Monday's video, I was doing those as a last-minute record on Friday before I left for 4 days. It was a last-minute decision to leave on Friday, and I didn't want to leave you without the Reindeer Club video on Sunday or our card video yesterday, so it was a last quick-minute decision. So I will come back to this and show you what we do to the inside. Probably have that to show you on Friday for Junk Journal Friday, but not today. So, yes, Denise, I am going to do something with that. Also Friday, Denise, I will show you and everybody what you asked me about the folder folio with the envelope pockets. I will show that to you on Friday. But today it's Tag Tuesday. Oh, wait. One more thing. I have a really quick Dollar Tree haul video to do. I stopped in Dollar Tree, one of the bigger Dollar Plus stores in Springfield, while I was in town yesterday on my way home. They had some stamp sets I had not seen before. One was this cute little chameleon one. I love this. Thanks a chameleon. I love that. And then we've got paintbrushes and paint rollers and paint cans. Pencil, which you could use as a colored pencil. This one's holding a crayon. This one's on a rainbow. This one's on a paint palette with a paintbrush. None of these little bitty things do I have. Nor do I have anything with a chameleon. And for $1.25, I just couldn't pass up. Too stinking cute. Okay, the other one I found was this date planner stamp. And one of the things that caught my attention is you see the number placket here. Every time you see these, well, most of the times you see them in stamp sets, the one is always in this corner. They always look just like this. You never see them with the dates moved over so that you could stamp them in the coordinating spot, because the first is not always on Sunday. So this lets you put it on Monday. This one lets you put it on Tuesday. This one lets you put the first on Wednesday and do them accordingly. But then we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday day stamps. We have days of the week, both for a Sunday start and a Monday start. This week in review. So, and the stopwatch, I really like this. This actually is the first calendar planner stamp that I've seen that makes sense. So I grabbed one of those. Then with 4th of July coming up, they had the all-over star napkins. I have 4th of July napkins. I did not have any like this with an all-over background of just the colored stars. So I snagged this one. Then I grabbed some more of that floral net so I'd have plenty to put into the shop. So I grabbed those. Excuse me, my sugar went up today and now I'm dealing with dehydration and I just cannot get enough to drink. So I'm going to move these to the side. They had these woodies in the gardening section, and there's flower pots with flowers in them. There's empty flower pots. There's watering cans. There's wheelbarrows. So I got 2 packages of these. I'm starting to collect more of the wood shapes for mixed media. And then I found this plaid ribbon. I do not have any ribbon like this. Absolutely love this one. And this is what I'm doing my office in for Christmas. So I grabbed a couple of spools of that. Now I have bought a collection from Simple Stories from, okay, let me rephrase that. I bought a Simple Stories line from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations on a live sale a couple of weeks ago for a class she's going to have. She had not found the ribbon yet, but I found a ribbon that will work at Dollar Tree today. There are 4 yards in here. So I bought 2 spools of it just in case she's not able to find it, that I could maybe share with some of the other girls in class. Okay, so that's my Dollar Tree haul. And we are almost 5 minutes in. So let's get to today's project. This is what I spotted on Pinterest. It's from Art Cult Printable, Digital Art and Graphic. And when I saw this idea, my mind instantly went to these vintage bird pages that is a digital that Spectrum Art Creations sells in their Etsy store. It's a digital download. And unless you want to buy something else in the store, when you first plan to come to our live sales and make a purchase, you need to go into the Etsy shop first and purchase something. And this dollar download is perfect. That lets them get all of your information very easily into their account, so then you can go ahead and start buying on the live sales and they have all the information for you. They can't allow you to buy in the live sale unless they have that information, because they have no way to send you an invoice if they don't have that information. So this is the easiest way to do that. They do not get the dollar, it goes to Etsy. So this was the one that I bought this one when it first came out. I fell in love with it. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but it's a digital of cards from the 1800s. And so this is what we're going to put on tags today. Okay? So I'm going to move that one aside. I have pre-cut out a bunch of those tags, of those bird digitals. And I have a tag here that we're going to use. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover it with book page. And I have some from that Reader's Digest that we're going to use today. And I think I can get 2 to a page. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm using my mat from Stampin' Up. It's just a little mat. I want to say vellum, and you know that's not right. Silicone mat. Where's my silicone brush? And I'm just going to brush this on here, just like this. And give me a nice smooth coat. And I know I'm going to be out of frame here for just a minute, but this is the way we're going to work. So I'm going to lay this over on the book page. And I want to try and get it with most of the... Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because I want the words going the right side up. So I guess I'm only going to get one per page here. So I'm going to take my Tim Holtz squeegee scraper and burnish that down good. And then I'm going to do another one of those. And these are 3x7 tags, if you were curious. And these are just cut from junk mail, from junk cookie packaging. This from my, before I found a keto chocolate chip cookie recipe that I absolutely love. This was our breakfast cookies in the morning with our coffee. We get up in the morning and the first thing we do is have our breakfast cookies with our coffee. And that's what we used to have. The banana bread is really good. So is the brown sugar cinnamon. Bob likes the dark chocolate sandwich cookies. I don't like dark chocolate. Okay, so we're going to squeegee that down really good. And now that we know that's where it's supposed to be, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get glue in everything. Because I know me. If there's glue, I'm going to get into it. Speaking of, let's get the glue off my fingertips. I don't know how I manage this, but I do, easily. I'm going to rub the sanitizer into my hands, and that'll start taking off the glue. Take the hand towel to it. And now my hands aren't sticky anymore. So now I can come back, let that one dry for another second, and I'm going to come back and cut this one out. Not with those scissors. These have a little bit of a sticky to them yet, so I'm going to use my Westcott glue scissors here. And I've been collecting the glue scraps over here, I'll tell you. Cut that one a little close, but that's okay. That one's got glue all over it, so I'm just going to pitch it anyway. If you get right up to your base and kind of go at a 45-degree angle with your scissors, you don't cut as much. You can get away from your base a little bit and just cut your paper sometimes. Okay, so there's that. Let me come back with this one and cut this one off. So I had 4 days in Springfield. I got in Friday night at the hotel. I did not feel well. I was tired and I was sore because I'm still battling with my back. And I hadn't had a treatment since Thursday, I think. So I was sore from the treatment. And then I started hauling luggage. Now this has got a little bit of a bead of that box, so I am going to come into the inside of that and cut that so I get the box trim off of there. So then Saturday morning I had a writers meeting, which I was planning on going in on Saturday just for the writers meeting and then coming home. And then my sister was having some problems with her physics, and I just decided the easiest way to help her was just to go to her house and help her. So I decided after writers meeting I would go down and help her with that. So I went to lunch with friends from writers group, and then I went down and spent a couple of hours with my sissy and showed her some things with her physics. I think I'm going to use, I really like this king penguin. It's got a real distress to it. What do I have? Stuck to my finger. And let's do the top knot pigeon. Let's do those two. And there are 3 sets of birds digitals in that dollar digital, plus there is the background of the back of the cards. Okay, now I do want to distress these because I do want them to pop out. And you know what I want to do first, actually? So I get a feeling of where this is going. I want to do my tag cut off here. So let's see. I think this one will be too wide. Let's go with this one. We'll center this one and do that. Come back and cut that. And cut that. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and punch that out. Okay, and then we can use this one to do this one. Oh, this one's just a little narrower, so maybe we can't. Let's do this. So we'll clip this off. Now tomorrow's video, we will be back here. We're going to do part 2 of what we were working on for our color challenge last week. And then Thursday we're going to finish putting the journal together, and Friday I will have either Thursday afternoon as a separate flip. I will do a flip through the journal, and then Friday we'll be here for Junk Journal Friday. Okay, so we have these. Now we can go through, and I want to give these birds an edge. So as I see what I did with my finger dauber, that was here 2 seconds ago. Oh well, I will use this one until it shows up. I do not see it anywhere on this desk. So I'm just going to take this and we're just going to distress the tag and the bird playing card. We're going to do both. So after I spent a couple of hours with my sissy, that was fun. And I'm going to do this so it shows up on the back too. I went back to the hotel. Actually, I went to dinner. Then I went back to the hotel. And then I stayed at the hotel all day Sunday working on my HB 90 course with Sarah Cannon for my planner and trying to plan out my Q3 so I can try to be more productive and more organized. Now I take Sarah's HB 90 course every quarter. She offers it, of course, 4 times a year. The next availability will be in June, July, let's see, July, August, September, so it'll be October. She'll offer it in September for October, November, December. Okay, now we need to come back and we want to dust these around the edges so they'll pop. Give them even more of a distressed look. all these little torn edges and stuff on these cards, that's exactly how they were. I believe Maddie picked them up at a big vintage flea market that she goes to and finds some really cool items. Possibly down in the Tampa area when they were taking Madison to doctor's appointments. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to come back. I've got my silicone mat out here again, and I think, because I don't want to get glue where I don't want glue, I'm going to take a pull some of that glue off of there really quick. We're doing really good on time today. Okay, now I want to come back here, and I want to come back with my glue, and I'm spreading it out with the silicone brush so I don't have, I need some more on there, so I don't have lines in this very thin printable. And this will give me a little bit smoother glue surface. That sure doesn't have much glue on it at all. There we go. Now we have glue. Now we're cooking with glue. And Bob was kind enough to haul everything in out of my car a while ago, so I don't have to do that. Okay, now we're going to pull that up. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay, now we're going to come through and we're going to do him. Let's kind of offset him, and I'll show you why in a minute. We're going to add to this yet. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. And we have to come back in with our silicone mat and try not to get glue everywhere. Turn him over. Now, double checking to make sure I distressed him. Bob has had carpal tunnel issues for years, and he's going in tomorrow to see if he can get a referral to get his left hand done. He's had his right hand done for several years. And while he doesn't really notice the difference in his fingertips per se, he notices a difference in his arm. Uh-oh. So we may have an issue. There we go. And so he wants to see about getting the left arm done while they're slower. And so we're going to go check with the doctor tomorrow and see if we can get that referral. Okay, so there's that. And now I have glue all over me again. But we're done with the glue for now, so I can do that. And I can do this. So maybe he can get that done while he's off this time, or while they're slow and they can afford for him to be off. And he'll get short-term disability, so that will mean we won't be without a check, and he'll be home. So I don't mind that part. I like having him home. Okay, so now we have our two tags. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to bring in a little bit of color. As you'll notice on this one, they've stamped images, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Dress My Craft to bring in color. And I'm going to get rid of this gluey sheet out of my way. And I want to use some of these florals from Dress My Craft. And hoping that in doing this over top of that, it doesn't create a problem because they're going to be wet. So let's get my fussy cut out here. And I'm probably only going to get one of these done. So, in fact, that's too big. That's too big. This really irritates me, so I'm going to move it out of my way because it's flopping in the breeze. Let's do this little carnation looking flower down here in the bottom. It'll be easy and quick to fussy cut out. So we're going to do that. Let me put my glasses on so I can see to cut faster. Probably will not get both of these done. We are at 20 minutes already, and you know what that does to my upload time. It was nice at the hotel my video for yesterday, for Tuesday, or for Monday rather, took 15 minutes to upload. I was like, what? I could do that every day. However, the hotel did not like me being on live. I was at a writer's conference online part of the time, and so the workshops were all live, and they were not happy with me being on live. They kept kicking me off. But, oh well. I didn't have to burn my data to be there. So, and I got to turn the AC down really, really cold. So that was nice. Okay, so, remember we pull our plastic off of here that protects the print. And get it to turn loose of our hand. And I think I want to put it right there. And I have my sponge here ready to go. And I'm going to try not to get this too wet where other than on the image so that the whole picture doesn't get wet. So I'm going to try and keep my glue, or keep my sponge just to the Dress My Craft image and not so much on the digital. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to come back here with the towel and dry that off a little bit. And I had a stamp, and I'm going to pull it out. I got my number stamps here, and I have these, and I think we're going to use a black one. And let's go ahead and do that one over here. Over here? Yeah, let's put it right there. And if I can get this open in a hurry. I hate these bags. I can never find out where they open. I'm not going to worry about it because we're out of time, so I'm just going to cut this open. And I have a block set up. So let's do the number right here. Number these really need cut apart, and I'm going to do that right now. Number these are not going to be fun, but we're going to make them work. I want the 4. I don't know how well these are going to work, but we're going to try them. Because I'm trimming these down really close to the number. So there's number 2. Oh, I guess it'll help if I put it down first. And the number 4. Let's trying to see that one. There we go. And we're going to stamp that with the walnut stain. Oops, not that one, we're not. It's too small. We need this one. Now we can stamp it on there. There we go, and we'll let that dry, and I'll have to come back and do those numbers later. And I pulled out, I can see where it went. I had There it is. Let's see, I had a piece of this to put on here. So, tomorrow, we're in here finishing up part 2 of our color challenge from last week with the master boards. So we are going to do that tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope I'll have these finished up too, and we'll finish them up. So remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Have you used digitals before, and what was your favorite digital? Because we're going to be doing a lot of digitals coming up in July. So I'd love to hear your favorites. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Creative blessings.